Hi, I'm Rick Flume, bankruptcy attorney here in San Antonio. Just going over a case study involving Mary. It's a continuation of the previous episode where it involves a 65-year-old registered nurse who just obtained part-time employment. Her sole income had been Social Security of $1,600 a month. Her expenses are $34, and so she was having to use a lot of the cash proceeds she got from the sale of a house 17 months ago. And so we were thinking, what would what would we recommend if she came in with the $63,000? Well, first thing we point out is that she couldn't quickly go into a Chapter 7 that way, because the maximum that we could probably protect in Chapter 7 is about $12,000 in cash in her situation. And so with $63,000, that's way too much. If she filed, then the trustee would grab that and use that to pay her $36,000 of credit cards. And so what we would do is a little bit of bankruptcy estate planning. In her case, I'd recommend the Social Security switcheroo, a real technical term. We're going to go over that in the next episode, but just the short version of that is where we would recommend that she have the cash proceeds from the sale of the house in one bank account, and then the other bank account, it would have receive the direct deposit from the Social Security, and each month she lets Social Security build up and just spend down the cash proceeds to where over time it would go up and to where all of her cash would be in the Social Security account, and then there'd be nothing in the cash account. And at that point, then she could easily qualify for a bankruptcy and have all of her cash protected, all the cash that's left. Now she's going to be using part of that each month as we went over. The other thing in here to point out is that cash seldom solves a debt problem. It's usually cash flow. And the reason why most people don't have enough cash and savings to cover all their debts. Well, and here she did. She had $63,000. She only owed $36,000 in credit card debt. But I guess she knew she was going to use that money to live on for a while because she didn't have a job. My thing is when you have a lot of cash, I tell somebody, what are you going to do when the cash stops, when you're out of cash savings? She goes, and a lot of them go, hey, I have to do something different. And I say, whatever it is different that you would do when the cash savings end, make those changes now and then keep that cash in savings. And you can keep that as a nest egg going forward. And so that's the thing there. She's going to have to do something different because she has only $1,600 in income, $3,400 going out. She has to do something. And she just got a job, but here it is, right towards the end of the cash savings. The other thing here is that her car's not very reliable. It's a 5-year-old Volvo, and so my recommendation would have been to sell that and then go use some of the cash to go buy a good, reliable car. The other thing I would have recommended is maybe using some of that cash to settle the debt at a discount. You go long enough not to pay your credit cards, they're going to send you letters saying, hey, you owe this much, we'll settle for this much. And so she could either pay the $36,000 and pay it in full. She could have waited till she was in default and settle it at a discount. But those are some of the recommendations I would have made to her had she come in with all of that cash and say, oh, look, here's how we can protect it. Here's how you can maybe settle the debt. If you don't want to do that, maybe hold on to the money while you're using it to find a job. If you find that you have used most of that income or the cash savings, and you couldn't do the debt settlement, well then we can, as a safety net, we can use a Chapter 7 at that point. And so first off, we want to see if there's a way she can go through this without using bankruptcy. But always have in mind that, hey, there's that safety net. And so those are the things that I would recommend to her had she come in when she had the $63,000. Now in my next episode, what we're going to do is explain a little bit in more detail the Social Security switcheroo, because I get a lot of people where they have some cash that we cannot protect. And I said, well, look, here's how we can do it. Since you receive Social Security, just let it go from this account over to here. You can't take it from one account and put it in the other, but we're going to go into more detail about that in our next episode. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.